Agnes of Rome is a virgin martyr, venerated as a saint in the Roman Catholic Church, Eastern Orthodox Church, the Anglican Communion, and Lutheranism. She is one of 7 women who, along with the Blessed Virgin, are commemorated by name in the Canon of the Mass. She is the patron saint of chastity, gardeners, girls, engaged couples, rape survivors, virgins, and the Children of Mary. Agnes is depicted in art with a lamb, as the Latin word for lamb, Agnes, sounds like her name. The name Agnes is actually derived from the feminine Greek adjective hania, meaning chaste, pure, sacred. Agnes' feast day is the 21st of January. In pre-1970 versions of the general Roman calendar, an additional feast of the same saint is given 1 week later, on the 28th of January. The 1969 revision removed this as a duplication of the 21st of January feast. Biography. According to tradition, Agnes was a member of the Roman nobility, born in AD 291 and raised in a Christian family. She suffered martyrdom at the age of 12 or 13 during the reign of the Roman Emperor Diocletian, on the 21st of January 304. Agnes was a beautiful young girl of wealthy family and therefore had many suitors of high rank. Details of her story are unreliable, but legend holds that the young men, slighted by her resolute devotion to religious purity, submitted her name to the authorities as a follower of Christianity. The prefect Sempronius condemned Agnes to be dragged naked through the streets to a brothel. Various versions of the legend give different methods of escape from this predicament. In one, as she prayed, her hair grew and covered her body. It was also said that all of the men who attempted to rape her were immediately struck blind. In another, the son of the prefect is struck dead, but revived after she prayed for him, causing her release. There is then a trial from which Sempronius excuses himself, and another figure presides, sentencing her to death. When led out to die, she was tied to a stake, but the bundle of wood would not burn, or the flames parted away from her, whereupon the officer in charge of the troops drew his sword and beheaded her, or, in some other texts, stabbed her in the throat. It is also said that her blood poured to the stadium floor, where other Christians soaked it up with cloths. Agnes was buried beside the Via Nomentana in Rome. A few days after her death, her foster sister, Saint Emerentiana, was found praying by her tomb. She claimed to be the daughter of Agnes' wet nurse, and was stoned to death after refusing to leave the place and reprimanding the pagans for killing her foster sister. Emerentiana was also later canonized. The daughter of Constantine I, St. Constance, was also said to have been cured of leprosy after praying at Agnes' tomb. She and Emerentiana appear in the scenes from the life of Agnes on the 14th century royal gold cup in the British Museum. An early account of Agnes' death, stressing her young age, steadfastness and virginity, but not the legendary features of the tradition, is given by St. Ambrose. Veneration. Agnes was venerated as a saint at least as early as the time of St. Ambrose, based on an existing homily. Agnes's bones are conserved beneath the high altar in the church of Sant'Agnes fuori le mura in Rome, built over the catacomb that housed her tomb. Her skull is preserved in a separate chapel in the church of Sant'Agnes in Agone in Rome's Piazza Navona. Patronage. Agnes is the patron saint of young girls. Folk custom called for them to practice rituals on St. Agnes' Eve with a view to discovering the future husbands. This superstition has been immortalized in John Keats's poem, The Eve of St. Agnes. Church as the Church of the Ascension and St. Agnes, Washington, D.C. St. Agnes Parish in Belfast, Ireland of the Diocese of Down and Connor. St. Agnes Catholic Church, Naples, Florida. St. Agnes Catholic Church, Arlington, Virginia. St. Agnes in Agone. St. Agnes Fuori Limura, Church of St. Agnes, Cornwall, England. St. Agnes Church, New York City. St. Agnes Church, Brooklyn, New York. Mission Santa Ine Acutes, Solvang, California. St. Agnes Catholic Church, San Francisco, California. St. Agnes Catholic Church, Atlantic Highlands, New Jersey. St. Agnes Catholic Church, San Diego, California. St. Agnes Catholic Church, Neatic P, Connecticut. St. Agnes Church, Woodmont P, Connecticut. St. Agnes Catholic Church, Charleston, West Virginia. St. Agnes Catholic Church, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. St. Agnes Parish, Roland Park, Kansas. St. Agnes Parish, Springfield, Illinois. St. Agnes Catholic Church, Hubbard, Oregon. St. Agnes Catholic Church, FD. Wright, Kentucky. St. Agnes Church, Little Village, Chicago, Illinois. St. Agnes Anglican Parish, Grantstown, New Providence. Parish of St. Agnes Cathedral, Rockville Center, New York. St. Agnes Catholic Church, Blackwood, New Jersey. St. Agnes Catholic Church, Concord, California. St. Agnes Catholic Church, Morrisdale, Pennsylvania. St. Agnes Catholic Church, St. Paul, Minnesota. St. Agnes Catholic Church, Phoenix, Arizona. St. Agnes Parish, Almar, Caloocan, Philippines. St. Agnes Mission, Miranda City, Texas. St. Agnes Catholic Church, Westchester, Pennsylvania. St. Agnes Catholic Church, Baltimore, Maryland. St. Agnes Catholic Church, Waterloo, Ontario. St. Agnes Roman Catholic Church, 8 Mile Rock, Grand Bahama, Bahamas. St. Agnes Catholic Church, Nashville, Indiana. St. Agnes Anglican Church, Kloof, South Africa. St. Agnes Catholic Church, Kibai Makandai. St. Agnes Parish, Barcelona. St. Agnes Parish, Zengeza, Zimbabwe. St. Agnes Parish, Green Bay, Wisconsin. School St. Agnes Catholic School, Roland Park, Kansas. St. Agnes Catholic School, Arlington, Virginia. St. Agnes Catholic Grade School, Charleston, West Virginia. St. Agnes Catholic School, Springfield, Illinois. St. Agnes Elementary School, FD. Wright, Kentucky. St. Agnes Convent School, Mumbai, India. St. Agnes Convent School, Hora, India. St. Agnes Catholic School, St. Paul, Minnesota. St. Agnes Academy, Houston, Texas. St. Agnes Catholic Grade School, Louisville, Kentucky. St. Agnes Cathedral School, Rockville Center, New York. St. Agnes Girls' School, Balangada, Sri Lanka. St. Agnes Catholic School, Los Angeles, California. St. Agnes Catholic Elementary School, Phoenix, Arizona. St. Agnes Catholic Elementary School, Waterloo, Ontario, Canada. St. Agnes School, Concord, California. St. Agnes School, Kharagpur, West Bengal, India. St. Agnes School, Towanda, Pennsylvania. St. Agnes School, Cervantes, Ilocos Sur, Philippines. St. Agnes Catholic School, Westchester, Pennsylvania. St. Agnes School, Baltimore, Maryland. St. Agnes Academy, Memphis, Tennessee. St. Agnes Academic High School, College Point, New York. St. Agnes Academy, Legazpi City, Philippines. St. Agnes Academy, Key Biscayne, Florida. St. Agnes Girls' School, Mangalore, Karnataka. St. Agnes Catholic School, Rooty Hill, Sydney. Legacy. The Congregation of Sisters of St. Agnes is a Roman Catholic religious community for women based in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. It was founded in 1858 by Father Kasperi Harel, an Austrian missionary, who established the Sisterhood of Pioneer Women under the patronage of Agnes, to whom he had a particular devotion. It is customary on her feast day for 2 lambs to be brought from the Trappist Abbey of Tre Fontaine in Rome to be blessed by the Pope. On Holy Thursday they are shorn, and from the wool is woven the pallium which the Pope gives to a newly consecrated metropolitan archbishop as a sign of his jurisdiction and his union with the Pope. Iconography. Since the Middle Ages, Agnes has traditionally been depicted as a young girl in robes, with a lamb, the symbol of her virginal innocence, and often, like many other martyrs, with a palm branch. In popular culture, Rotswitha, the 10th-century nun and poet, wrote a play about Agnes. Grace Andrea.She wrote a play based on the legends surrounding Agnes's martyrdom. In the historical novel Fabiola, or The Church of the Catacombs, written by Cardinal Nicholas Wiseman in 1854, Agnes is the soft-spoken teenage cousin and confidant of the protagonist, the beautiful noblewoman Fabiola. Saint Agnes is also the name of a London-based rock band. Gallery.